Hello, my name is Dave Fuller. I'm one of the board members of Tollgate Wyndham Preserve. For some unknown reason, I haven't seen you visit our preserve recently, so I would like to give you a tour of the preserve. In this tour, I'd like to show you some of the projects we've been working on and other projects that we've completed. These projects were due mainly to the large donation from Emmer Construction. So let's begin. The first slide is an aerial view of the 7.5 acre land preserve. Major landmarks surrounding the preserve include Owings Mills Elementary School to the north, Owings Mills Senior High to the west, and Wyndham Commons to the south. This hand-drawn map shows that most of the work is concentrated in the non-marshy area of the preserve. Tollgate Wyndham Preserve was officially dedicated in May 2008 by Jim Smith, the Baltimore County Executive. One of the first projects we tried to complete was to reduce weeds and widen several trails. Since weeds were hard to control on the trails and in open areas, we got several loads of wood chips donated by a local landscaper, Danny Pickett. We shared these wood chips with residents of Tollgate and Wyndham Commons, as well as used them throughout the preserve. The main sources of spreading the chips were the Gover brothers, who are three autistic brothers who live in Tollgate, and a Reisterstown Boy Scout troop that was raising money for a 2009 trip to Hawaii. One of our first projects was to beautify the entrance to the preserve. The entrance is located on Old Tollgate Road. A local landscaper, Jerry Wallace, who grew up in Tollgate, put weed guard down as well as planted some dogwoods, butterfly bushes, azaleas, and mountain laurel. Deb Fuller has been planting perennials such as black-eyed Susans at the entrance, but hot weather and deer have kept the flowers from spreading. Dave Armstrong, a Tollgate resident, did a great job on installing accent fences at the entrance. Another project was to install trail signs and leash your dog signs. These signs were made by a local company called Signs by Tomorrow. The signs are cemented in the ground and are made of a non-metallic material, making them as vandal-proof as possible. One of the first trails is Old Tollgate Trail. This is the main trail into the preserve. It runs about 200 yards long and merges with Wyndham Way Inn, which is another major trail in the preserve. We put borders of landscape ties, logs, and tree limbs while spreading the wood chip material on the trails to widen the trails and to reduce the weeds. Another major trail is Wyndham's Way Inn. This trail starts at Wyndham Commons, goes through the preserve, and around to the other side of Wyndham Commons. An arborist, whose mother lives in Wyndham Commons, made a large bench out of a fallen tulip poplar tree. This bench gets a lot of attention from many of the visitors to the preserve. We also had an arborist go through and identify trees and bushes near the main trails. One such tree is this red cedar tree, as well as other trees and bushes such as assorted types of hollies. We had some customized ID signs that were specifically made for Tollgate Wyndham Preserve, and we're working on installing laminated signs throughout the preserve identifying various trees and bushes. Other trails that we've installed signs on include Coppersmith's Crossroads, Dave's Detour to the Ball Field, and Phil's Path to the Pond. We also had a 30-foot circle cleared and weed guard installed near the pond. Bob Davis installed benches in this area, and we hope visitors can sit and relax while taking in the beauty of the preserve. A project to beautify the pond is incomplete due to so much rain this year, and we weren't able to do as well as we wanted to. We did install a bat house, which was donated by Oregon Ridge Nature Preserve, in hopes of reducing the mosquito population. John Ross, an Owings Mills resident affiliated with the Boy Scouts, has built and installed several log benches in the preserve, as well as built the bridge over the stream in the preserve. Our latest project was to clear a section known as Delia's Classroom in the Woods. We've been in contact with Owings Mills Elementary, hoping that they will use this area for field trips. In this area, we have made casts of some animal prints, as well as prints of some other objects that might be found in the preserve. We also relocated a 50-year-old oak stump. We built field trip benches as well as some log benches to be used in this area. Another thing we have done in this area is set up a dedication garden where elementary classes can plant flowers or bushes in honor of someone special. We also have a plan on identifying many of the trees in the area. Thanks to the people who have worked on making the preserve a nice place to visit. They include Dave Armstrong, Bob Davis, Kip Schmidt, Jerry Wallace, John Ross, the Gover Brothers, Reisterstown Boy Scout Troop, Amy Lutzko, Candy Baxter, Jason Saunders, Deb Fuller, Steph Fuller, Phil Filner, Pat Heitman, and Dave Fuller. Thank you for your time.